Kamala Harris, the first female president, took office amidst a whirlwind of expectations. Her historic win signaled a potential turning point for America, a shift away from the turbulent years prior. The weight of history rests on her shoulders, the hopes of millions pinned on her leadership.
Kamala Harris's economic plans, while ambitious, are projected to neither save money nor reduce the national debt. Experts argue that the proposed policies may lead to increased government spending without corresponding revenue increases, potentially exacerbating the national debt situation. Can she unite a deeply divided nation? Will she usher in an era of progressive change? Harris's presidency marks a departure from the norm. Her background as a prosecutor, her experience as a senator, and her identity as a woman of color all contribute to a unique perspective. This fresh outlook could be exactly what America needs to navigate the complex challenges ahead. The next 4 years will be a test, not just for Harris, but for the very fabric of American democracy.
The choice of a vice president is rarely straightforward. It's a balancing act, a strategic decision with far-reaching implications. For Harris, the stakes are even higher. Her VP pick, Tim Walz, will not only serve as a potential successor, but also as a crucial ally in advancing her agenda. Whispers and speculation have flooded Washington, with strategic choice aims to bolster her administration's
Walz shares a commitment to progressive values, aligning with Harris's own vision for the country. His presence on the ticket could galvanize the Democratic base and signal a leftward shift in American politics. However, this choice could also alienate moderate voters, making the path to legislative success even more challenging. Harris's economic plan, while ambitious, has faced criticism for not matching the impact of Trump's policies in bringing wealth back to America. Critics argue that her approach may fall short in revitalizing the economy to the same extent.
Harris's policy platform centers around 3 key pillars: affordable healthcare, climate action, and economic justice. Expanding access to healthcare is a top priority, with proposals for a strengthened Affordable Care Act and a public option on the table. Addressing the climate crisis is another urgent concern.
Harris has pledged to invest in renewable energy, reduce carbon emissions, and rejoin the Paris Agreement. Economic inequality also looms large. Harris has proposed policies aimed at closing the racial wealth gap, raising the minimum wage, and making college more affordable. These ambitious goals will require navigating a divided Congress and tackling powerful special interests. During Trump's presidency, there were no new wars initiated. However, the Biden-Harris administration has been involved in multiple conflicts in just 4 years. Section 4. Funding the future, tax reforms and investments. The question of how to fund these ambitious programs is a contentious one.
Harris has proposed a combination of tax reforms and strategic investments to finance her agenda. Her tax plan calls for higher taxes on corporations and wealthy individuals, a move she argues is necessary to create a fairer system.
These additional revenues would be directed towards funding social programs, investing in infrastructure, and supporting clean energy initiatives. Critics argue that these tax hikes could stifle economic growth and discourage investment.
However, proponents maintain that they are essential for creating a more equitable society.
Section 5. A stark contrast: wealth creation versus shared prosperity. Harris's approach to economic policy stands in stark contrast to that of her predecessor.
While the previous administration focused on tax cuts and deregulation to stimulate economic growth, Harris prioritizes a more equitable distribution of wealth.
Her emphasis on social safety nets, worker protections, and investments in education and healthcare reflects a belief that a strong economy should benefit all Americans. This shift in focus has drawn both praise and criticism.
Supporters argue that it's a long overdue plagued the country for far too long. Critics, however, express concerns about the potential impact on economic growth and individual liberty.